Welcome back, everybody. Cream of the crop. I know I've been gone for a couple weeks. Actually had a vacation. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It was much needed. So this week we're back. This is Cream of the Crop. I don't remember what episode this is. I think it's 5. And what I want to talk to you today about is turbulence. That's right, turbulence. Went on vacation. Had a fantastic time. On the way back home, we experienced some really, really bad turbulence. I'm talking like bad, like bouncing up and down in the chairs, and this wasn't turbulence like we were landing or taking off. This was, 20,000 feet in the air, bouncing up and down. And after it was over, I can't say while going through it, because while I was going through it, I got real nervous, started praying. But after it was over, it made me start thinking about some of the things that we experience in life. So this is what I want to talk about as it relates to turbulence. Everything that you go through in life is going to have turbulence. The real question is, when turbulence hits, whatever the situation is, are you invested enough to continue through until the end? Because the reality was, no matter how bad the turbulence was, we had a destination, which was Norfolk Airport, and the pilot's responsibility was to get us to the end, to the destination, regardless of how bad the turbulence got. In life, in business, so if you're an entrepreneur, your job, that work that you're doing, is going to have turbulence. Relationships, friendships, dating relationships, work relationships, marriage, is going to have turbulence. What else? Financially, you're going to have turbulence. When you're trying to understand what to do with your life, your passion and purpose, you're going to have turbulence. No matter what you do, there's going to be turbulence. The real question is, are you invested enough to endure the turbulence to get to the end? I have to be honest with myself as it relates to relationships. For a long time, I wasn't willing to endure the turbulence. But one of the things that I learned over the last couple of weeks was that you can't avoid turbulence. If you can't deal with turbulence, then you don't deserve the reward that is at the end of what you're going through. So I really just want to encourage you and challenge you today. One, if it's worth it, whatever you're doing, if that relationship is worth it, if that person is worth it, if the dream is worth it, if the goal is worth it, endure the turbulence. But the only way you're really going to endure turbulence is to get invested. You have to become so invested in the dream. You have to become so invested in the vision. You have to become so invested in your ministry, in your goal. You have to become so invested in that relationship, in that marriage, to the point where you can't quit, you can't give up, and you can't bail out. When we were 20,000 feet in the air, we were so invested in the flight that we could not turn back and we could not jump out. The only thing we could do was endure the turbulence. And that's it. This is real short this time. Endure the turbulence that comes with life and relationships. Even in your relationship with God, things may not be going the way you want them to, may not be moving as fast as you want them to, but get so invested in your relationship with God that the turbulence won't cause you to quit on God. Get so invested in that relationship. I know if that person is worth it, because nobody's perfect. You're not going to get a perfect person. You're not coming perfect. But if that person is worth it, then endure turbulence. You're married, you made a vow to endure turbulence. Sickness and in health. Good times and bad times. Doesn't matter. You have to be willing to endure turbulence. And turbulence in relationships is often connected to differences. In your vision and your dream, turbulence is usually when you hear the word no. When things don't go like you planned them to, don't turn out as well as you thought they would, don't happen as fast as you think they should. Either way, it's turbulence. And at the end of the day, you have to make a decision before you even start that you're going to stick it out no matter what the turbulence is. Because the thing about turbulence, you don't know when or how or why it's going to happen. There are some things about people you just don't know. You don't know the economy well enough to predict it, to say that it'll never go bad. You don't know all the variables that may come your way later on down the line in business, And in ministry, you just don't know. So you have to decide before you get in a relationship or in a situation that you're willing to endure the turbulence. And if you're willing to endure the turbulence, the one thing I can promise is you will make it to the destination. And the destination is worth it. If you believe the destination that you're going to is worth the journey, get ready to endure turbulence. But I can promise you that after the turbulence is over, you will land safe and things will turn out great. Thank you so much. This is Cream of the Crop, episode 5, Turbulence. Questions, comments, concerns, email me, smileministries2012@gmail.com. That's SMILE ministries2012@gmail.com. Subscribe to the YouTube page. See some of the other videos. Give me your feedback, your comments, and concern. Endure the turbulence. The destination is worth the journey. I love you to life. Have a great day.